Hi, you're very welcome back. Did you know?
No.
Today is the shortest day of the year, also known as the winter solstice.
And I said solace earlier on. It's actually solstice.
Solstice.
Just solace
yeah,
and solstice.
something like that.
And of course, like every year, all eyes are on the gorgeous Newgrange passage tombs in County Meath. I love it up there. And it's filled with a beautiful ray of light at sunrise. And of course, our Derek is down there this morning. Derek, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good morning to you guys. Hopefully we'll get a break in the crowd. But anyway, we're live here for Newgrange in County Meath. As you mentioned, it is a very special morning because it is, of course, the winter solstice, making it the shortest day, longest night of the year. Claire Tuffy from the OPW joins us now, Bruna Boyna as well. Claire, a very, very special morning. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, we're waiting for the longest night of the year to be over. And it is a long night at this time of the year. And there's a great feeling of anticipation every year at Newgrange at this time as we wait for the sun to rise, as people did 5,000 years ago.
Now, talking about sunrise, when are we expecting sunrise this morning?
8:54, and
8:54.
the first beam of light will enter the chamber at 8:58.
Okay, so...
We miss out on the light show for the first 4 minutes because, as you probably know, the Earth's angle relative to the sun has changed since this monument was built over 5,000 years ago. So as a timekeeping device, it has lost 4 minutes in 5,000 years.
And how long does it last in total then?
17 minutes.
And that's precise.
Yeah, as I said earlier, we don't do a prox here at Newgrange. It is very exact.
Very exact.
Nothing that was done at Newgrange 5,000 years ago happened by chance. It is all beautifully designed so that we can still enjoy this wonderful sunrise.
Now, take a look behind you, this beautiful structure. We were talking about it earlier on before we came on air. This is older than the pyramids of Giza. It is older than Stonehenge. A lot of history, a lot of heritage here.
Oh, yeah. This monument was built in Ireland's Stone Age, and the people who built it were wealthy farmers who lived in this area, who had expertise in geology, art, science, astronomy. They were a very sophisticated society, but the tools that they used were very simple. They were simple tools of stone and wood and bone, but yet they had the vision to build something that would last forever. And I don't know what their forever meant, but I think to be waiting in the same place for an event they planned 5,000 years later is pretty good.
Which is phenomenal. And I know you mentioned there's also another event down in Kilkenny this morning as well.
Yeah, there's another passage too with a winter solstice alignment at Knockrow in County Kilkenny, and it's extraordinary because it's aligned not only to sunrise at winter solstice but also to sunset.
And of course our cousins over in Stonehenge in the UK waiting sunset.
Yeah, big shout out to our Neolithic cousins at Stonehenge. They'll be waiting for sunset this evening, as will our friends in Orkney at Meath. They'll be waiting also for sunset.
Up in Scotland. Now, tell us, obviously COVID restrictions this year, a little bit different, similar to last year. Members of the public not unfortunately allowed down here. We're
hoping members of the public will turn up to be on the outside with us, but on the inside the chamber is closed. Usually we would have lottery winners in the chamber. In 2019, the last time we had the lottery, we had over 30,000 applications, and people travelled from all over the world to be here, to be the lucky winners to get a chance to see the sun in the chamber.
But of course what was so special then, because I think, and we were chatting about it earlier, is that last year you closed off the chamber for the first time.
Rather than thinking about just getting sad about everything and saying it's not going to happen, we talked, the Office of Public Works and the National Monument Service talked together about what we could do with this opportunity of an empty chamber. Because when will we have it again? So the most striking thing we did was we closed off the entrance so that the sun that penetrates to the chamber on these mornings now is only going through the roof box. When you look at the entrance to the tomb, there's a big stone flag just to the right of the entrance. That would have sealed the tomb 5,000 years ago, but we can't seal up the tomb when visitors are around. We can't stone wall them in. But we have created a wooden door which blocks off any sunlight from going up the passage. So the only sun that's going in is through the opening over the doorway. So it's like as if we have a time machine. We're going right back and we're seeing the sun as it was designed to be seen.
And right into the light box.
Yeah. And the There's nobody inside. There are only cameras and the spirits of the ancestors.
Okay, well, we might try and get in. Will we go in? But come here, guys. We are streaming it online as well at heritageireland.ie/...
Winter solstice.
Winter solstice, of course. So, and I believe we could see a couple of druids. Tommy, Lisa, you up for a couple of druids? Do you want to get your hats on and come down here?
Oh, listen, we'll be there. Like, can I ask Claire, like 5,000 years, Claire, which is phenomenal, and 30,000 people apply to go there. Like, is there much damage, you know, over the years from tourists? And like, is it nearly better for it that tourists aren't allowed in because it's kind of preserving it?
Good question, good question.
There is that aspect to it, but we've always controlled the numbers going into the monument. Like, even though 30,000 people apply to be here for the winter solstice, doesn't mean all 30,000 arrive. That's the glory of the lottery, is that we get the children from the local schools to pull out the winning entries, and we only have 10 lucky lottery winners each morning, plus a guest. But the Office of Public Works and the National Monuments Service, we're in the business of protecting these monuments, and we've developed a very sustainable way of managing Brunabonia over many years. So we control the numbers coming to the monument at all the time. Not only at this time of the year, but right throughout the year. We also have the Great Monument of Meath opened, and we have the most fantastic exhibition in our visitor centre. So we manage it very carefully.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, isn't it?
I went school trips, you know. I really enjoyed it when I was younger. And
we remember that day.
Do you remember? You remember the day I was down, do you? I loved it. I really did. And I saw Stonehenge recently as well. It's a beautiful thing we have in our country.
Yeah.
Very, very privileged.
I remember, Claire, the Irish rugby team.
We're very proud of it.
We went down there one day, and I tell you what, for some of the front rowers, they're struggling to get in. It's a bit of a tight squeeze in there. But
yeah.
Claire.
But I liked the fact that the rugby team used it as an inspiration.
We sure did. We sure did. It was a big part of the inspiration behind Joe Schmidt and everything else.
Brilliant.
Listen, Claire Tuffy, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. And Derek, of course, all the best. Hopefully the sun comes out and you get to see something really special.
Yeah, guys, absolutely.
Fingers
We're
crossed.
praying for a break in the clouds, so hopefully it does brighten up across the morning.
Please God. Derek, always lovely to
Fingers
see you
crossed.
both. That's a great segment. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. See you guys. Well done. Well done.
Amazing. Yeah, tell you what, like whenever you had some of those front rowers trying to squeeze through those bricks, wasn't there? Those rocks, not easy.
Indeed.